Oh. So we have a new one, Chainsmoker Cat, episode 1. Let me know if you want more videos on this. Like, comment, subscribes, all that fun jazz. But you can catch full live reactions over on Patreon. If the video does well enough, maybe we'll do episode 2. See how this goes, though. Heard some interesting things. Oh, is this Asmongold's room? The fuck? Yo, what did this guy do? Yo, you're that down bad for your addiction to cigarettes? Who could have seen that come? No, you're not that down bad. No, the 3-second rule does not exist for this. That's just sad, man. If you find yourself that addicted to a substance, you need to get help. I will say, it's a very interesting take on actually showing the reality of addiction, especially with people who have a very addictive personality. Add in something that's legitimately addicting, there really is no helping them without detoxing and, like, locked away. Was that high so strong she actually doesn't need it? Or is she just lying? And then in the crushing weight of reality just set in there. What a good sister, though. Doesn't give up on her. I honestly think at a certain point, a story like this would go the road of the sister abandoning her, especially if she starts getting into harder drugs. I feel so bad for the sister, man. So walking into Chainsmoker Cat, I wasn't really sure what I was getting into other than it was clearly going to be a humorous show based on the preview. But I honestly wasn't ready for how depressing the show is actually going to be, because the idea of using humor to cope with how shitty your life is, it's humor I like, but I don't feel like media, especially anime, gets it all that right. There's moments that are good, but there's a reason why something like Welcome to the NHK has remained to be a top 10 anime for me for over a decade, because the way they use humor to cope with how fucked up so many people's lives are in that show is a very hard thing to nail, while simultaneously making the humor funny, but also realizing that, oh, these characters need desperate help. This cat, in the first 5 minutes, I watch her accidentally flash her landlord. The landlord goes in and beats off from that theme. And she's out here smoking on a garbage-covered cigarette, which has who knows what juices all over it, because she's so addicted to cigarettes that she would rather smoke it, which then gives her explosive diarrhea. Now that is a deeply unserious chain of events for the first 5 minutes. And I'm like, okay, that's the type of show. It's just going to be a lot of crude humor. Look at how fucked her life is, and yeah, she's addicted to cigarettes. What I wasn't ready for was actually how fucking depressing it was to see a sister who has her life together, who wants nothing more than to love and support her sister, but every step of the way, this addicted cat refuses to get help. And that is pain. She quite literally has to come over in a hazmat suit to clean up and take care of her sick sister. It's disgusting. She literally throws up. She lives in filth. Everything is covered in tar because of how much she smokes. She doesn't take her trash out. Everything about her life is just depressing. And the fact that she has nightmares about how she might only have 100 days to live and it's because of how she's lived her life. She's like, you know what, sis? I'm going to be like you. I'm going to get help. And she does try. And unfortunately, in that same phone call, her sister, in this very comedic way, is that a lighter I hear? Oh my god. And they're directing it so comedic. But the power of an addiction storyline is, if handled well, it can simultaneously make you laugh, but also just feel so bad. The only way an addict fixes their life is if they themselves want to get help. And it's not to say that she doesn't want to get help. She just doesn't have the willpower. And the thing about it is, everyone's brain is wired differently. She very clearly has an addictive personality. If something is naturally addictive like nicotine, someone with an already naturally addicted personality is going to have a very hard time not being insanely addicted. It's sad. It actually is quite sad. This is someone who can't even hold a job together because she can't go more than 30 minutes without a smoke. I think the trajectory of this girl's life is going to be she's going to get addicted to harder substance. This is a fascinating show. And it's legitimately the only time in, like, the past decade I've seen a show truly hit me in the way that something like Welcome to the NHK did. Because that show about a shut-in NEET who literally just thinks everything is a conspiracy. Everything about his life being so shitty is a conspiracy, and it's not a result of his own actions. To watch this show that has almost Chainsaw Man looking visuals at times, like the art style, the backgrounds, sometimes even the camera work. This could be something special. It's something I definitely think will have a cult following this season because of how out there it is. And I feel like half the fandom will just look at it as a very fun comedy, where the other half of the fandom will be like, yeah, it's very funny, but holy shit, is this depressing? You want her to turn her life around, but you can already tell that by every episode we get into this show, we're going to feel more disappointed in her. And on one hand, the addiction is to blame, but on the other hand, it's just fuck. I mean, the openings and everything, there's definitely harder substance use than just cigarettes and alcohol, right? I'm not sure if she herself will get involved, but I mean, I imagine she will. This first episode hit me, man, because if you've ever had someone with addiction in your life or have known someone who has had a very addictive personality, this shit hits a little too close to home. And unfortunately, no matter how much you want to get help, how much you try to help, I mean, the sister's doing the right things. Only coming over in a hazmat suit, I mean, it's the type of scare because one, she's actually protecting her own health, but two, it helps show her that the way she's living is not okay. She's helping her, but it's not like at some point we're gonna get into the can you loan me money, sis? And unfortunately, that's where you have to start drawing a line. No, I'm not gonna loan you money, but sure, I'll buy you food, just so I know that you're not using it for your substance, right? I wasn't ready for this. I really wasn't. Anime is an interesting medium because you never quite know what you're going to get, right? The fact that they're able, like, look at this scene in particular. It's a good thing. I think she's the top floor of her apartment building because I think there's only like 2 or 3 floors. Look at how much smoke is leaving her apartment. It's not just a case of she's hurting herself, she's clearly hurting others. Thankfully, seemingly no one above is like getting, hotboxed. But holy fuck, man, the directing is insane in the show. And the comedy was actually quite funny. They have a lot of very humorous art styles. At one point, she puts like 15 nicotine patches and smokes a cigarette, and it becomes this like LSD trip. They have a lot of really fun directing that I think they're utilizing the anime medium very well. I would be shocked if someone who read the source material was like, damn, this is an underwhelming anime adaptation so far. Wow. I mean, it's one of those shows that I expect to fall off. I mean, maybe the first episode or two does well for people, and it'll probably be something you very rarely talk about on YouTube. I'm welcome to be proven wrong. But I think I want to watch this one for the long haul. Not gonna lie, the first 5 minutes made me question if it was even coverable on Patreon, but I think a few censor bars can go a long way if it gets too spicy. But man, who would have thought a stupid little show about a Chainsmoker Cat could be one of the best takes on addiction I've ever seen? And it's only episode 1. Your thoughts down below, whether you were anticipating this, cautiously optimistic, or had no idea what this was before this video. What did you think? And do you want me to cover more? Let me know down in the comments section. Leave a like, share, support, subscribe, ring that bell, and of course the Patreon for live reactions and exclusives. Do live over there. Like, hey, I gotta give those video shoutouts too, because my patrons are what make it all possible over here on YouTube. Alrighty, so today we got Anthony, Bone of My Sword, Cypher, Mark, Draxlon, Kaimi, Mizlav, Frosttree187, a German viewer, Talyaner, Desbasti, and we also have Artemis Blake. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and fuck, man, spread the word about this one. This is one hell of a first episode. Have a good one.